What's up, family? This is your man, not your boy. Go black to Africa. Man, I like saying that right there. Africa. Do you know when you really break Africa down, even Africa? Ka is a C-A is a Kemetic language, really a word that means spirit. A free spirit. And so, you know, love saying that. Just rings so well in my spirit when I say that. But there was an African YouTuber who just wound up doing a video sharing about her experience that she found herself possibly into a prostitution ring. And I'm going to give you all an enlightenment, especially those women who keep asking me, is it safe to travel? You need to understand some things, what are transpiring and what's going on around you when you travel. Now this young lady here, she was traveling and she happened to be one of the African countries. And she was on a bus headed to one other from one town going to a city. They wound up getting to the city late at night, and she wound up asking the bus driver, where is there a place that she could stay? Well, he wound up directing her to where a place is, but there happened to be a man who actually I think was on a bus as well, that he came to her and said the bus driver told him that he can help her and show her just to get over to her place. He asked for her bags and they go. Now, she gets the room and all that right there. He helps her with bag, brings her into her room. He closes the door, locks the door. He walks into the room, he sits down on the bed. Now she's saying that she is feeling a very, very, definitely stressing right there at that moment. And she says he begins to take his clothes off and said that they're going to have fun. Now she's really kind of like trying to keep her calm and panic, but she moves herself to the door in the conversation and winds up trying to convince the guy that she's not up for that she's not doing that. Well, after trying to do the convincing and all, she winds up getting out of the room and goes out into the hallway, and she sees all these other ladies there with their skimpy dresses on and stuff like that. She happens to be probably in a hotel, motel, Holiday Inn, where so-called prostitutes hang out at. Now here this guy is thinking that she might be one of these prostitutes that are riding from one town to another that is coming to try to make money. Now, check my video out that I just put out there, dating a prostitute and never knew it. Because this is the same thing, some of the things I'm sharing that you should know. So she's now stuck in a hard place, a rock in a hard place. That now she has this guy who's trying to push his way on her, possibly thinking she is this prostitution. Let alone now, she says she can't even scream because ain't nobody gonna pay attention because, hey, this is part of the job. So she winds up going to the front desk and winds up talking to the person at the desk and tries to clarify and gets things out. Clarify and I guess to settle things. Women, you have to know this, even guys. You need to know, number one, sex trafficking is the biggest business going around the world. The biggest business. And you have to know your every move. You need to know where you're setting yourself in. You need to know when you lay your head down, what places that you're going to. You got to know whether or not these are the routes that might be of prostitution, might be drug routes, might be crime routes, might be places that you just might find yourself in the middle of mess. You need to maybe do some more research and finding out on the places that you're going. Even myself, I've learned a lesson from all for hers that, you know, you have to take some precautionary measures when you're going to places and you don't know where you are. So women, because the women who sends me emails asking, is it safe for a single woman to travel? Of course, you are at a disadvantage when you're traveling by yourself, because there are men in their mindset who will think that you might be something that you're not. Because typically, if an area, a town, and you're on a bus that most locals can't afford the price of that maybe, and you're on there and you're looking dressed up coming from your world, you might have a little bit more than those that have. They may think you're in that ring of prostitution where you might have more money to beautify yourself, to be able to carry these luxurious bags and purses and stuff like that in the middle of nowhere. Trampling around there's nothing wrong with it. I've seen many of women do it. But you gotta make sure that you take the precautionary measures in ensuring that you don't get caught up in this. Another thing is that you cannot always take a helping hand from a man or woman. You do know there are women who are affiliated in the sex trafficking ring, right? You do know there are women who will set you up to get you caught, to sell you out in the sex trafficking ring. This happens in America every day. Young ladies setting other young ladies up to connect with these so-called pimps, to connect with these people who grab them, take them, and put them in these sex rings. This is around the world. Don't you dare think this is just Africa because I'm living here in Africa. No, you have to be very cautious in where you lay your head, where you're traveling, what information you share. Let me give you women a tip, okay? Always have an invisible husband. Always. Now the sister in that video, she mentioned that she was told always wear a wedding band, because a wedding band will keep some away from you and showing that maybe you're taken. Because even though there are crooked people out here, there are those who still have some senses like, she's married or what have you. I'm saying you always share you're married with kids. And you're waiting on your husband who's just behind you on the next bus coming if you happen to be traveling alone. If you're out and all and people confront you, you need to make sure that you always make it seem as though you have company joining you. This is stuff that my mama taught us years ago. Sad that most people don't get this teaching. You know, if you ever at work, right, and you're the last person on the shift and you're closing up and somebody walks on in, and when they walk in, you know, you act like you're carrying a conversation with somebody back there. Yeah, you know, Jim, yeah, that's what I'm saying too. You know, it's funny. Yeah, so then that it gives the appearance somebody is there with you. When you're traveling and you're making arrangements and they're asking you, is it 2 or 1? You always say 2. They don't charge you more for having 2 people live in the room. Why? Because you don't know that person behind that desk. You don't know that person who's making the reservations. And when you show up there and all that, they say, oh, you're by yourself. Oh no, my husband will be joining me. You need to make sure that you're wise in that. Most definitely. Never share all of your business that you're traveling by yourself. Not even to a woman. When you engage in having conversations, or you hired a tour guide or what have you. Always have your secret spouse coming along. Will join you later. Oh, when will they be here? Oh, shortly. You got to be wise. Other things, ladies, when you're traveling around, okay? Always make sure that you have either the local police. Even men, man, I even less ladies. You should know what the local police is, what the local number is. You should at least familiarize yourself before you even go to a city where everything is situated. Look up the crimes. Look up the problematic issues or the areas. These things that we have to know before you find yourself in a sex ring. This is your man, not your boy. Go black to Africa.